Hey, what's going on? Over. Thanks. Are we on the same channel?
You have big enough pockets.
No, I'm not. Just put it by the van. Don't cross the tracks. Come back before you get there. So the kids were just feeling cooped up this morning. We were at home with the babies. Bree has been at her eye doctor's appointment all day. Yeah, I just said don't go any further than where the road crosses the tracks. No, just don't go any further to where the train crosses the tracks. Okay, Joy? I mean, the road crosses the tracks. Have fun. Stay together. Catch up. The kids were just all feeling cooped up and fighting and stuff. And my mom was coming up, so she's watching the babies. We decided to go on a nice walk. And my oldest, always trying to figure out how to have a little more independence, brought these. This was a Christmas present from my parents. I think these are like 15 years old, but they still work great. And so I'm letting them ride down and back to like known landmarks, down and back to me, because I don't have a bike with me. So. The kids are running down to the river here to yell across the river to their friends who live way on the other side of the river, across the road. Because that's fun, isn't it? Guys, let's go! Say bye! What is that horrible smell? I've smelled it for 5 minutes. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so bad. Smell is horrific. Oh my gosh. What is this about? I never get this. What are y'all's thoughts? It's a dead deer. Just all rotten. But like, I don't know. That's what we've been smelling all along for this whole stretch. Unless there's another.
If we go swimming-ish after this, let's go right down there. Nice and deep.
Oh yeah, maybe. Smell it?
Yeah, I can smell it. Let's smell it from way back there.
Yeah, I've smelled it for 10 minutes almost. So bad. That deer, what I was asking about the deer is why, I'm pretty certain that deer was dumped there. Why would someone dump a deer there? I don't know. And they left most of the meat. My thought is it's someone who shot one too many deer, and they just, rip off the best, easiest chunks of meat and throw the carcass out here so there's no evidence that they took that deer on their property. Who knows? Who knows? That deer. It's a little 4-point.
What happened? Maybe they get scared when the train goes by.
No, I think they're dumped down here, girl. I think they're all dumped. Here's a great blue, I think it's a great blue heron, one of my favorite birds. I just love how they live over the rivers. You occasionally see them in other places, but around here, where in many places we have these high ridges between the big rivers, at least, they don't really go from river to river. They travel up and down them, which I know they primarily do all around. I've seen them all around the North and South Carolina. But here, they're highways, and it's pretty rare you see them. Sometimes you'll see them crossing, and But I just love them. I think they're beautiful, quiet birds. They're very reclusive. If you've ever come up on one in a river, you know you can't get close to it. As soon as it pretty much sees you, it's going to bump down the river every time. What is it? A cave? Oh, you think it's a big cave? Yeah. All right. You guys want to head back now?
Yeah, and you want to jump in?
Okay, but we're only jumping in right by the van.
Yeah.
Right by the van. Like. The kids let me get a little head start. I just called them on the radio. They wanted to ride really fast and then jump in the river. So that's what we're doing. It's a warm day. Warm winter day. It's probably 70 out here, almost 65. You can get in, yeah. Yeah! Justice, your turn. Yep. Quite a climb. It's called choroidal neovascularization, right?
Yeah, choroidal neovascularization.
If you missed yesterday's video, we were honestly kind of terrified. Is that too strong a word?
No, I wasn't terrified.
Not terrified, but we were really worried, brokenhearted,
More sad.
sad about the implications of what her eye problems meant. If you haven't seen that video, you want more details, you could watch that video. But that's kind of outdated news.
I was pleasantly surprised by my visit. It's not my normal doctor, which actually made me a little uncomfortable just because I've had my condition misdiagnosed before. Basically, he said that yes, the condition is coming back. But he did say that at this time he didn't feel like I needed to have the eye shots yet. I will most likely still need them. And I mean, even as soon as next week. So he wanted me to come back next week. I did ask him if I could wait for 2 weeks because then my regular doctor will be back from vacation and I'd rather see him, honestly. And he said that was fine. Unless it gets way worse between now and then, just I could wait 2 weeks. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get way worse between now and then. And you know, I think the hardest part about all of this was that like it was so sudden. And even when I talked on the phone to the nurse, it was just all so sudden and very intense feeling like you will have to quit nursing. And I would have if I'd gotten a shot today. I would have come home and not been able to nurse. So I will have to quit nursing. I will have to get eye shots, maybe even as early as 2 weeks from now. Could be earlier even, but hoping not. And that is still very devastating to me. I kind of like, though, that I have a little bit of time to sit with it. I mean, I definitely like that I have some time to process that and work through that and just finish nursing them on a little bit on my own terms, not just like this sudden loss of that blessing in my life and in their life. So, because it was just all so sudden. He was really sensitive to the fact that I was nursing and kept, honestly, I felt like he was really encouraging in the fact that they would try to make a good decision or help me make a good decision about when to get the shots and like if we could put them off. So I feel like he really understood that. Probably better than my actual other doctor would. My other doctor's bedside manner is terrible. But he's a great doctor, and I respect him. But I don't think he would have been as sensitive to that issue at all. So it's probably nice that I had a different doctor today, to be honest. Because he was pretty gentle about the nursing. So I have to say that you know, nothing's changed, just being put off. I mean, it could be longer, but it may not be. I don't really know. But I think what feels nice to me is I at least have some time to process, you know, my eye problem coming back, and some time to process weaning them, and even being able to do it in a different way instead of so suddenly. Right?
Well, we know something's changing in your eye. Something changed in the past couple of weeks just because your vision so dramatically changed.
Yeah, I mean,
it's exactly the same symptoms that were associated with this before.
yeah, and I mean, he did all the same tests and saw what he was looking for. But he said that, like, the blood vessels aren't, like, bleeding fluid behind my retina yet. So that's why I didn't need the shots, like, today, or the shot. So it's good. But it is a progressive disease. It's not a disease. What do you call it? A progressive?
It's a disease.
Okay, progressive. It is a progressive disease. So I was relieved because it was just so sudden, and I didn't want to just have this decision made for me so suddenly. And it's still being made for me in the sense that I can't fix my eye in a way that doesn't require this drug, but I at least have time to process it. Does that make sense?
Even though I do think you're going to have to get the shots and quit nursing, and even though your eye is getting worse, I'm really relieved that we have at least a couple weeks of a break, if not longer. It could be longer, but I'm relieved. And so thank you to all of you viewers who prayed for us and who are praying for us. And yeah, it's just a little reprieve at least, which is a huge blessing.
Yeah, because
Huge
it
blessing.
came on just so suddenly.
And a surprise to me. I thought you were going to.
I totally
get the
thought I was
shots
getting a
today.
shot today. Just because of the progression over the last week and a half. But he said we could hold off. I'm trying to remember. There were a lot of questions and stuff in the comment section.
Postpartum depression.
Oh, yeah, I don't have postpartum depression. A lot of people commented that. And, you know, we've had like actual traumas. I hate even saying that word. I feel like it's so overused and cliche, but we've had like actual thing after thing after thing. Really big, life-changing events happening in our life for the last 2 years, kind of nonstop. And I don't think what I'm experiencing is depression at all. I think I'm just like, what the heck? I am so tired of these hard-hitting, huge things happening because it shifts our whole world. And then we have to like readjust again, and it's exhausting. I've had postpartum depression before, and I know what it does to me. I didn't have it with Wilder, and I have not had it with the babies, shockingly. I really haven't, because postpartum depression makes me feel like I'm a terrible mother, I should have never had children, I'm an awful person, and that like goes around and around and around in my head all day long. And it's like really hard for me to like get dressed in the morning, to make meals for my family. And I mean, am I physically tired from taking care of 7 children? Yes, but I'm not nearly as tired as I thought I was going to be. At all, actually. But I also think it's because I have a lot of older children who love these babies and want to help with everything all the time. So I don't have postpartum depression or anxiety. I think postpartum anxiety, I do have some anxiety, but I don't think it's postpartum. So I think it's natural and normal and healthy even to be tired of really big life-changing events happening to you that throw your life totally off course and are financially devastating. I mean, over and over and over, and then it's like you readjust your whole life, all of your finances, you move, You work so hard to stay positive. You work so hard to get through it and not destroy your children, you know, and to stay positive and full of energy and love them well. And it's just like it's just thing after thing. And that's what I mean by I'm tired. That's exhausting. I'm tired of putting our life back together over and over again. I was thinking about that last night, that like my actual like day-to-day life is fine, really. It's pretty great, but it's these huge life-changing things that just keep slamming me, like, or us, really. Sorry for saying me. Though it seems some of them have happened in a way more to me because it's like my body. But I know it affects you too. I mean, very much affects you. So that's what I have to say about postpartum depression. I think that's a really real thing. I've experienced it 3 times, but I definitely don't have it right now, and I'm really grateful for that. I don't know how I would be even able to function on top of everything else with postpartum depression. So I have had some crazy mood swings from losing my uterus, like, but nothing like depression. So yeah, you're perfect. So today I just feel thankful that I have hopefully 2 more weeks of nursing. Could possibly be longer. I'm not gonna get my hopes up for that, in the sense, like, I'm not gonna count on it, but I will hope for it. Oh, I think a lot of people thought I was actually considering not getting the medicine and keeping on nursing. And I did actually consider it, but I quickly knew that that wouldn't be the right thing to do, because I don't want to be blind. But of course I considered that. I'm a mother. Like, I'm gonna consider what I think is best for my children from every angle. But I obviously quickly came to the conclusion early on that I need to be able to see. So, so I need the medication. So I'm gonna have to quit nursing.
There's an eye update, and it's a great eye update. At least it's a great breastfeeding update.
It's more about the breastfeeding. My eye is still not good. I just don't have to stop breastfeeding right this very moment. As a matter of fact, I nursed my babies today when I got home.
Those lucky babies. Otherwise, they'd just be sucking on a boodle bottle. Alright guys, thanks for joining us.
And praying for us.
And we'll see you in a video really soon. Goodbye.
That was beautiful. You're beautiful. Are you practically perfect in every way?
Yeah.
Are you practically perfect in every way?